where's the street? Hold on. We passed the street. We'll come back to it. Now, this is the Cass Quarter. We'll come back to it. This is one of the areas where the Red Wing Stadium is about to be rebuilt. And this is where the homeless be mostly out here. As you can pull up in front of this car and shoot a lot of stuff. That's the NSO that's the NSO where we just saw where the 7th precinct was. They're gonna be rebuilt down there where the 7th precinct is. Now this is the neighborhood services organization where all the homeless come here, shelters, and they sleep outside. And we got the rescue mission on this side. We got the homeless the NSO on that side. Right. And this area here, normally, they be everywhere. They be out here laying sleep. They out here using drugs. They out here drinking. As you can see, they got tents over there. They done made up somebody living out there. It's getting warmer. As it get warmer, and it's gonna be warm today. Believe me, they'll be all over the place. Yeah. Here's the Detroit Rescue Mission.
Okay. So homeless come around this pocket of Detroit because the services, because they can camp if they need to, but isn't crime high around here?
Well, crime is shit. I mean, it's just depending on who you know, basically. Okay. And the crime would be high in this area, but this area also is coming back, which we know the Red Wing Stadium is only 2 blocks away. Okay. They about to move them back down to Mack and Gratiot, where I showed you the 7th precinct. Okay. That's where NSO is going to rebuild I think it's about an $8 million building down there. Rescue Mission is right here. This is also a shelter.
Oh my gosh, it's my best friend.
And they have nothing, they have a bunch of men in there.
I love your ringtone, Reverend.
And, my friend calling me. And so this area has been, they trying to police it, and they do a pretty good job. As you can see, they're rebuilding new houses.
Yeah.
This is the area where Dan Gilbert and all these people are investing in. Okay. And they have to move these people out of here.
Right.
Basically. And that's what they're about to do. As you see, these are new too. These are new. They just built these a few years ago back. And so they're already planning to revitalize this city. And so as we continue to see Detroit, you can go left and we can go down and see. I'm surprised there's not more people out here, but it's early. See, it's only 10 o'clock. But when the 12 o'clock get here, at 1 o'clock, they all over this area.
Well, what about everywhere? Is it safer because it's light out? I mean, if it's starting to get dark, is it starting for a guy like me with my white skin? Maybe it's not a good idea to be down here.
A lot of times they don't know who's who.
Right.
This is the area where the EMS got stabbed. Did you remember that?
No.
This is right. This is where it got stabbed at right here.
Somebody stabbed an EMS.
They stabbed the EMS. You saw it all over the news.
I don't watch the news because it's always bad news.
But that's what happened.
Excuse me, boss.
You go to the left.
Text message.
Go left, you say?
Yeah, well, unless you wanted that footage, but that's where the EMS got stabbed. Right there at the NSO. They normally, like I said, it's early, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Now 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, they are all over the place, the whole area. But the police do a pretty good job of old barbershop, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't said they ain't going nowhere. Dan Gilbert is trying to buy most of this property. All of this property here is prime. I mean, we finna go to the $3 million house that we just saw on the news that they want $3 million for.
I hope they get every penny of it.
Unbelievable. When you see the house straight ahead, when you see the house, I don't know if you're gonna say they gonna get it. They trying to get it.
There's somebody with money to burn. He said, "All right, I'll spend that $3 million."
Because now, as you look at over there, they're revitalizing that apartment building because now this has become prime time property.
Yes.
Yes, you can see the people here. You see they're redeveloping, and they know. The Red Wing Stadium is right here. We're right around the corner from the new Red Wing Stadium. So everybody is buying into this. It's right to the right. Everybody, this here, you see that? That's a studio loft, and they show movies in here. This was an old school. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is.
You hear what I'm saying? It's called Motown. They show
Motown
theater.
Movie Store, yeah.
Indeed. They turned it into a movie theater. A school. And because, see, they know the Red Wing Stadium is going to boom. This area is about to boom. It's about to come back. And they know that. They bought that school and turned it into a theater. It's an actual theater.
That's amazing.
Amazing. Amazing. And this area was, as you see, they have policed it real well. They have started to police this area very well. And a lot of the stuff that was happening is not really happening anymore.
Right.
And so that's a miracle within itself. See, that's the Red Wing Stadium right here. And see, as you see, all this is coming. They looking at revitalizing, bringing all this back, moving the homeless out to where we are, down where we are.
Yep.
And it's in motion now. For me to just see it is amazing.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I done been all in these areas. I've ran around here also. Here's the $3 million house right there. The beige one. $3 million. That, with the red sign in front of it.
You're kidding
They
me.
want $3 million for that house.
All
I'm
right.
not joking.
Well.
It's right next to the Red Wing Stadium. And they figured, look, here's the Red Wing Stadium. And you right next door.
Yeah.
This is a they want $3 million for that house. It was just on the news a couple weeks ago. No, you can get the realtor name or whatever and call it. If you think I'm joking, they go tell you.
All right, so
they doing a great job of policing the city. I really tell you that right now. So we can go head back.
okay, I'm gonna turn left here.
No, you don't. You just go up and turn around. You ain't get no trouble. They don't care. It's so quiet around here. We said and policed it well. You can get over here and just make a U-turn.
All right. Well, that's one of the other beautiful thing about it that I see is no traffic.
None. So you can stop and pull up, just make a U-turn and
All
go back.
right.
And that'll be, because unless you want to go other place downtown, we don't really want to be down there because ain't nothing going on down there. They really police downtown. Downtown is police well. You can go to sleep in downtown. Ain't nobody gonna bother you. Because they don't know one of the advantages is they don't really know who you are. You could be undercover, you can be, and so they don't even really take that risk too fast.
Oh, you mean me as a white male?
Right, exactly.
And not from this neighborhood.
Right, they don't.
Well, the other thing is I'm with you.
Oh yeah, well definitely, we ain't going in no areas where we're gonna get in trouble. We're not doing that. And as you can see the Red Wing Stadium, see the beam?
Yeah.
The beams are going up, and so definitely we're not taking risks on that. But the city is on such a great comeback.
Yeah.
It is. I'm grateful to even be able to see it.
Yeah.
I am truly grateful to be able to see that. As you can see, this is prime time. They just bought this. They holding out for some more money. They was offered them such and such amount of money, and they holding out for more money. And so it's just amazing to me. I just be shocked as I look back. That's the old Eddie Stone Hotel. They had knocked down Harbor Light and blew that up not about 4 months ago. And see, all of this should be redone. They talking about redoing all of this, but that just kills me, that house right there. But it's the land. And that's the Masonic Temple, the famous Masonic Temple.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of history and a lot of things happening in this area, in Detroit, period.
Yeah.
There go Motor City Casino right there. I mean, you can see we're in the midst of a great turnaround for Detroit because that's a big turnaround, the casino itself.
Yeah.
So this area to me is really, when I come back, because it used to be full of drugs and prostitution and, a lot of crime. And so they have done a pretty well policing this area.
The thought about Kwame Kilpatrick and how he was a national lightning rod for everyone saying this is what's wrong with Detroit is the blacks elect corrupt blacks because of their skin color, and now here's what we got. And once that scapegoat, whether it was real or not, once that person was gone, do you think that was like a turning point in the perception of Detroit where people said, okay, well, if they're going to have a viable government and not corruption and this racial backlash type of thing with Kwame, could we all get along, and could it be safe, and could we start moving back there? I'm not articulating it very well, but do you understand the idea that I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but in my opinion, Kwame was doing. What happened with Kwame was, to me, was that he focused on downtown. And when he started this, because all this started with Kwame, all the revitalization in the community started with Kwame. And for some reason, I don't know what happened, because a person have a affair or something. I don't think that wasn't a real reason to get him out of office. But I just think he was a scapegoat. I think they just put that way, and maybe it needed to be. I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing. The result was this turning point where they said,
but it was turning already. I have met Kwame Kilpatrick. I've sat in his office with him, talked personally, but not only talked with him personally, but I have followed him in the communities, in the neighborhoods, and what he was talking about doing and what he was about to do.
Right.
And so I've sat with city council, I've sat with a lot of people, and it was just me. I'm a part of a pastors and preachers council, which we, are leaders in the community, supposedly from churches, and so we get the opportunity to talk to political people. Kwame Kilpatrick was one that would talk to us. His door was always open. I could just go and he had started being on the radio, and he started talking about revitalizing the neighborhoods and the community. And when that happened, that's when everything else happened. That's my opinion. I'm just saying, I'm not saying what...
You got a better opinion than I do, because I'm not from Detroit, and I haven't lived here all this time.
And here's the thing now, when you look back at the corrupted case of Kwame Kilpatrick, only thing they had him saying, he had an affair, he had text messages, but they really didn't have anything on Kwame Kilpatrick, to me. And that's my opinion. I mean, I don't know, they made a lot of stuff up, because all they was talking about him having an affair. Okay, the president had an affair.
Yeah.
Come on now. Okay.
Well, in fairness, everybody got upset about that too.
Yeah, they did, but they didn't throw him out of office. But here's the thing. I think he was a scapegoat. I think the biggest thing Kwame did wrong was being young and inexperienced. But because first of all, he had a party in the Manubian Mansion. No, you don't have strippers in the mansion. They mad about that. That's a historic place. And
it's a political blunder.
It's just goofy.
Well, it's the same thing with Lewinsky and the Oval Office.
It was embarrassing.
Right.
And so they made I believe they made an example out of Kwame, because he was definitely wrong, because you don't have strippers in the mansion, first of all.
Right.
Then his wife also clowned. Now, if Hillary would have clowned about Clinton, we wouldn't be where we are right now with Clinton's situation. But his wife beat up one of the strippers, and that's when everything came out. And then it turned around, the strippers come up dead.
Oh yeah, that would be problematic.
That was real problematic, and they knew all this stuff, and so they got rid of Kwame because they didn't want no lawsuit against the city. It was already a bad enough press. It was a bad enough blow to the city of Detroit, and it was better to just let's get rid of him and start fresh. I'm agreeing with that. It was needed. It was needed.
Yeah, he was a political man, and it was politics that he had to go.
Yeah, it was needed. I'm not taking up for him. I just figured he didn't have enough experience when Hill, remember Gil Hill and him ran. I would have chose Hill because of the experience. I believe experience is always our best teacher. Here's Kwame with earring in his ear. He's young.
Right.
And he just wasn't having the experience, and I think that what did him in. And
so what you're telling me is different from what I thought, which was as soon as Kwame was out of there, then everybody decided Detroit could be a good place.
No, it was already happening.
It was already in motion.
It was already in motion. Okay. What we just looked at was some of the things Kwame Kilpatrick started to do already.
Okay.
That came under him. And also the casino. That's why they knew that he had money. They knew he got his palms greased. You the mayor, and here come the casino. You gonna get some money. And ain't no question.
You're not just a bystander in that equation.
So where we just came from is where these people are going. NSO will be right here.
Okay.
Right here, and all the homeless will also be right here.
Right.
This is where they're moving them from down there to here. So I thought that was significant. So now that you've seen that part, like I said, there's some other properties that will start to being revitalized. I guess we'll look at that and we let's call it quit, and that'll give you a little bit more information on what was started.
Okay.
You know, you can put it how you want it, but Kwame started all of this, and so his mistake was just being inexperienced and young. I believe that it was a little overboard. Some things you shouldn't do in office, as I understand. I agree. Consequences come.
Right.
And those are his consequences.
It's the same thing with Richard Nixon. He signed into law the Poison Prevention Control Act, which made it so that you had to have a safety seal, a child-proof cap on medicines and on Drano and stuff. So it reduced deaths, accidental deaths by poisoning kids under 5 years old by 43%. Right away signing that law. Nobody knows that about Nixon because the thing with he had to resign in the Watergate.
Watergate overrode everything. People make mistakes, and I'm not gonna take up with Kwame because that was stupid.
Right. Yeah, it was. But he's a human being. But I didn't know that you couldn't paint everything he did with the same brush and say it was all bad because it was part of the Coleman Young and then Kwame working on this problem of
and they knew
Detroit.
Kwame would have been mayor for a long time.
Yeah.
You know that? He would have been another coach. They knew that. People, they wasn't stupid. Everybody liked Kwame. They had to come up with something. But he did it. They didn't come up, and I'm like, they didn't come up with nothing. He did it.
Yeah.
They just used it to get you, okay, now you just said, that's that. Yeah. And I don't blame them. You in the Manubian mansion with strippers. Something wrong with you. I wouldn't even went to the Manubian.
Now, did we pass the Manubian mansion?
No. You don't know what's that?
No, what is it?
The mansion is the mayor's mansion.
Oh, okay.
That's the mayor's mansion. You never been to the Manubian mansion?
No, I just don't know that much about Detroit. Now, I was a Tiger fan when I was a kid, but I moved out.
Why would you have strippers in the mayor's mansion? That's crazy. That's what did him in, though. Both strippers came up dead. Both of them. The one whose wife got the fighting.
You think his wife did it?
His wife, I know his wife whooped one, and that's how all this blew out. This is how it blew out. Now, if she would have acted like Hillary did when Clinton got into that, Kwame would have been good. But she went out. She went totally out, and the lady had to go to the hospital and all this and that.
And the stripper was just doing her job.
That's all she was doing. And so what happened was, that brought a lot of tension, and so they couldn't cover it up.
Right.
Now, if she would have acted like Hillary and didn't say anything,
might have happened.
Look at the voting thing. It's kind of quiet vote here. That's deep, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
People are not even hardly voting.
Well, I don't know what to say. The politics, it baffles me that people follow it so closely and they've got one tiny little slice of the decision. Tiny. My mom and dad, it's so funny. I'm always saying, all right, you guys go vote. Mom, cancel dad's vote. Dad, cancel mom's. And that's how it always works.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know the historic Indian village? Well, these are a lot of blacks, as you can see, a lot of blacks are coming back. Here's what I'm talking about, the violation of these type of properties. And that people are coming together to buy them and try to rehab them and live in them. And this is a historic place. Indian Village is very historic, and it was real expensive to live here, but these are the properties. I had a friend that stayed right there. Now it's up for sale. Him and his wife stayed there, and how they had made it inexpensive to stay here in this seclusive area. It amazes me, but now I see that I can tell how they're coming back. And that property value will go back up.
Hey, tell me about the gangs that are gone. What were their names?
Oh man, we had the Chain Gang, the Barrow Bishops, the Mac Hoods, the Helen Hoods, the with GQs. They had a bunch of different gangs from different neighborhoods.
And what?
Friends.
Right. And what? How long ago was that? What years?
This was back in the 70s.
Okay.
I'd say from 74 on. 74 to about 80, let's say 83, about 10-year stretch.
All right.
Good
So
10-year stretch.
so I was in high school in 76. I graduated. So that means these gangsters that are gone now are my age or older, right?
Yeah.
They're old gangsters.
Those gangsters,
They had their day.
I was younger. I was young at that point.
Yeah.
But it was very much real. I mean, every area had
Their territory.
Had their territory. Where we were to the right, where we were, 3 blocks. That was our little 3 blocks. When you get to the boulevard and cross over, you in another area. We had our little gang right there, and then 3 blocks over, you got another gang. And now you go 4, 5 more streets, you got another gang. And then it went just like that, on and on. And so it amazes me that.
Now, did your gang meet up and fight with other gangs like the Jets and the?
Yeah, that's what we did. Most of the time when we had to go to school, we had to go to school in other people's
And there, okay, so that was the dangerous part.
It was a dangerous part. This bad night, we're gonna make it right.
Okay.
And as we did get another look at where everybody is focusing on coming back.
Okay.
You know, everybody. But yeah, those gangs.
What was the one that you ran with? What were they
at
called?
Mac Hoods.
The Mac Hoods?
Mac Hoods. And it was the 3-block radius.
Uh-huh.
And so, see how these houses are? These are the old historic properties.
Right.
But I was in the Mac Hoods, and we ran around, man. We had to go to school in different people's areas.
Sure.
And that was really...
So did you like go in a group?
Lord, you made me turn. Yeah, we always hung in a group. You had to. You couldn't. We try to go to a girl house in another neighborhood. We'd be fighting. Make a right here. We'll go straight up. But we'll be fighting. Or you be running.
You want which way?
To the left. We're going back to the kitchen.
Okay. Great.
So the left. We'll be fighting.
You have a text message.
We'll be fighting. If you get caught over in another neighborhood, like this neighborhood, see, this is all different. We went to school to Butzel. We went to Butzel Junior High. We went to Martin Luther King, and so we had to come from over where I live, across the boulevard, over here.
Right.
And they had their own gang, Sheridan, the Sheridan gang, and the Strips, and all type of different gangs. And that was the funny part. Every neighborhood had a gang. Every area.
Huh.
And you had to walk through this area.
All right, but you needed your buddies in your gang to protect you.
Keep us. Yeah, you get caught over here by yourself, you're gonna have a problem.
All right.
Basically, and that's why they call gangs. We walked in the gang.
Right.
We hung in the gang. That's really why they called them gangs, because we ran in a pack. It was a gang of us. If you get caught 2 or 3 and they outnumber you,
you're gonna
as you can see, as you can see there, see them how they coming back.
Yeah.
These are the type. That's what's coming. They're buying all these properties. It's real. This thing is so real. That's why I'm excited. It's kind of deep that you had me riding with you, because I see it every day.
Right.
I see them every day. I see people who have invested in these properties and they live here. Mm-hmm. And they don't need no problem, because we don't see a whole lot of walking. There ain't a whole lot of walking and lurking around like it used to be.
Right.
Where people were breaking your property and all that type of dumb stuff. They're not doing it. See, these are another homes where Kwame... Yeah. These are some more homes where Kwame, where they had started revitalizing and stopped. They started right here on this street right here, and this is the street before my street. Now they were starting to come down, but it was, what can you say? See, this is the look that they want for the neighborhoods. They're giving us a picture of what they're looking at rebuilding.
Yeah.
Now you see what I'm saying? It's deep, man. That's kind of funny to me. I'm like, wow, that is something. So now we're, you can go left. Yeah, you can go left.
All right.
That's one way. But definitely, that's why they call them gangs. You ran and you had to. Because if you get caught out there,
right, it was for security.
It's gonna be a problem.
Right, but then when the drugs came along, it was a structure already in place for marketing them and a market there for using them. I mean, the gangs were part of the drug thing.
Yeah, the drug, that was a way to make money or be able to buy guns or whatever they wanted to do. And so the drugs became the epidemic and the gangs paid it.
Right.
Because now you have no loyalty to the right. Now you have no, you're going right.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you have no loyalty, no trust because everybody's getting high.
Yeah.
You can't trust.
So you can't trust. You can't trust a crackhead. That's right.
So all of that faded out.
Wow.
Yeah, this used to flourish, man. I'm talking about now as I look back over it. This used to flourish. We had all the factories. We had a whole lot of businesses and jobs that you could walk to. And that's gone. But I'm definitely looking at to come back. I'm excited. I am excited about what's going on in Detroit. This is the street that the kitchen is on right here.
All right, so I'll turn.
Right
Meldrum,
here, right on your back. The heck? Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, so that's it. To be able to survive that is amazing. That's the miracle for me. To be able to survive.
Right. And to be here and to be a part of this recovery.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that. That's the miracle for me, and that's what makes this so exciting.
Yeah.
And I would have never thought. A lot of my friends didn't make it. A lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people never didn't make it.
Yeah.
And it's deep. It's deep. And so I was wondering why the mayor tear down all the properties. We already know why. To rebuild.
Right.
You tear down to rebuild. You don't tear down just to tear down.
Right.
Makes sense, don't it?
It does.
Like, wait a minute, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You don't tear down to just tear down. You tear down to rebuild. And so we definitely seeing that happen.
Well, Reverend, I'm going to let you out, and I thank you for the wonderful conversation.
You too. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I was just to be a part of that. I could say, I saw that. I was sitting there talking to the brother. He done blew up like the World Trade.
Great talking to you, my friend. Fun.